Hey everybody, and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. This is episode 92. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you can all hear me nice and clearly. As always, I like to check these things. Great to see so many of you in the chat. Let's start saying hello to you all. This evening, though, we have got a Patreon request for round number one. That's for Millie. She's asked for a game show slash quiz on quizzes, I guess you could call it, a quiz on quiz shows. We've then got pop music trivia. We've got the new game catchphrase back again for round three, which is a lot of fun. I've sorted out a wheel properly for it this time, similar to how we had it last time too. But this time it's all nicely laid out and ready to go. So yeah, hopefully looking forward to seeing how that all works again tonight. And then we've got our survey says as round number four, just like Family Fortunes, 3 questions for that, 2 questions for catchphrase. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Abby will be in just a moment to ask the first question. And let's see who we've got in the chat first and foremost. So I've already been saying hello to some of you, but let me just scroll back up and have a quick look through. So good evening to Sue and the Donuts. Hello to Jenny over in Switzerland, Team Bath. Welcome along. Scylla, glad to have you back, as I said in the chat. Lovely to see you. I'll get to the rest of those comments in a moment. Hello to Vernia and the Britzillians team. We've got Catherine and Tony here, so hello to you. She says, hello everyone, hope you've all had a good day. Luke and Jane, I imagine, are here as well. Good evening to you. Millie's here too. Millie's excited about that first quiz round, I'm sure. And Pinky and the Brain are here as well, so hi to you guys. Yes, Scylla says, thank you. I've been busy on Tuesdays recently, but I've been able to make it tonight. I'm really pleased to see you. Good evening to Andy and anyone in the Back in Black team that's watching this evening. And to Chris from Freezing Blackpool saying hello there. Hope you guys are well, the Blackpool Bar Stewards. And Millie says, thank you. Yes, looking forward to it. Simon's in the chat. Simon, thank you for joining. He says, hello from Benson, Oxford. Oh, you're just down the road from me. I'm not too far away myself. So, yeah, glad you could be here, Simon. Hope you enjoy the show for as long as you're here. We will do the 4 quiz rounds in just a moment. I just want to bring in Abby, my daughter. She's going to kick off the show. She normally asks the first question. And so I'll bring her in just a moment. And I think that's about it. Very quick intro. Looks like we've got a good turnout. I have had apologies from one team. We might not see them too often for the coming weeks. There were just the 2 of us and Fantastic Four, I think, depending on how many team members they had. But Tracy's passed on her apologies. She couldn't make it. And I don't know how soon she'll be back. She's got a lot of things going on at the minute. But she sends her love, as I'm sure you can imagine for those who know her from regular quizzes. Right. Let's crack on then. Let's bring in Abby for the first question of the evening. Fingers at the ready, because this one you will need to put in the comments. The rest for the 2 rounds, game shows and pop music, you won't, but I'll explain those when we get to them. Here we go, everybody.
Hi.
Here's Abby. Right, so we've got a fun question because we've got a new favourite show, but don't say what it's called because that's what we're going to be asking people, okay? So let's bring it up, shall we?
Yeah.
And this question, where do they need to put the answers?
In the comments.
In the comments. And the fastest 3 correct answers will get themselves a bonus point they can use in the first 2 rounds this evening. So let's bring up the question and get ready to put it in the comments. Right, hold on. There we go. Right, there's the question. Have a read of it there.
The latest Star Wars series on Disney Plus is about Boba Fett, but what is it called? A. Adventures of Boba Fett, B. Book of Boba Fett, or C. Boba Fett, a Star Wars story.
There we go. Right, let's see what comments we get coming in then. I do need to quickly adjust something because we can't see the comments properly, can we? So let me just adjust that. Hang on, no, I can't see you now. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this then. We have got some good comments coming in now. We'll have a look at it over here though, because we can see on this screen over here, we can see all the comments much clearer, I think. So we've got lots of people saying good evening to you and saying hi, look.
Hi.
And now we have some guesses coming in. So Jenny and Chris and Gabby have all gone with B. Luke's gone with the Book of Boba Fett. Simon's gone with Book of Boba Fett as well. Oh, it looks like we've got lots of people who all say the same thing. So shall we tell them all what the answer is then? Go on, Em.
B.
It is B.
I think you were all right.
It looks like they were. So we have to go by our list of comments, don't we, to see who's right? Because everybody might have a slightly different order, but on our side, on our screen, we've got 1, 2, 3. So can you read these names?
Jenny.
Team Bath, yep.
Chris.
Blackpool Bar Stewards.
Gabriella.
And Gabby of Pinky in the Brain. You are the first 3 to get it right. Excellent. Well done. And the next episode is tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's going to be fun for us to watch later on tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thanks for your help kicking off the show as always, Abby. Going to say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Look up here. This is the camera.
Bye.
Right, watch the microphone. Don't knock that. We know it's sensitive. Okay. Thank you, darling. See ya. Go on. Meow. Okay. Bye-bye. Right then, everybody, let's move on, shall we, to the first full quiz round proper, which is going to be our game shows quiz round. Okay, and we've got pictures as always, which will fill up the top of the screen there. The pictures this evening, if any of you have been following any of my other social media locations indicated around the screen, you may have heard I'm a bit obsessed at the minute with a new game that's been a bit viral called Wordle. So I have a Wordle for you. I've taken part in it on this website and taken a screenshot of it without the answer. But you can see my progress and I'll explain how it works. And you get 2 bonus points if you get this word exactly right. So, there is the Wordle. Now, what you need to do with this one, whilst I'm asking the questions for this first quiz round, have a look at this. So, you need to work out what the secret word is, okay? The first guess was the word being. That was what I typed in, okay? And none of those letters are in the mystery word. If you see a yellow letter, it means that that letter is present in the answer, but it's in the wrong place. And then if you see green, that means that those letters are in the right place and in the word, okay? So you need to work out what you think the correct word is by having to think about what could fit. If you've got to have one more guess, what would you guess? So you know the O and the L are in the correct place, whatever that final word is. You also know there's an S and an R in there somewhere, but not in those places. So have a think of what you think that word is. You get 2 bonus points if you get it correct, but please don't put it in the comments. Millie's saying, "Oh my god, I love Wordle. It's so good, isn't it?" Well, if you love it, you've probably already done this one because I've only been playing it for about a week. So yeah, and I've been trying to find a few different apps that are like it on Android. There's one I found, so I'll talk to you about that offline if you want. Okay, so let's crack on then. The quiz round itself, a quiz of quizzes. It's all about TV game shows and quiz rounds and things. So I will ask those questions to you. Don't put them in the comments. Write them down yourself. At the end of the round, I can do repeats of questions if you need me to, and then I'll go through the answers. You mark your own, see how many you get, so be honest, because obviously I can't see whether you're playing honestly or not. It's down to you. It's just for fun, of course. We celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't, but don't worry, it is just for fun. And of course, if you've got a pub quiz team name, if you wanted to use that and then say what your score is at the end when I ask for them, that's fine as well. I really appreciate that engagement. Here we go with question number 1. In the Chase spin-off called Beat the Chasers, how many expert chasers are in the team that the contestant goes up against? In the Chase spin-off called Beat the Chasers, how many expert chasers are in the team that the contestant goes up against? 1 point if you get it right. The maximum number of chasers in the team. I know they can whittle it down later on in the show sometimes, I think, but the maximum number it starts out with. What is that highest number of chasers that take part? And you get 1 point for that. Okay, question number 2. You might want some thinking time for. There's a few questions like this, so you will have thinking time at the end. Question number 2. Name the 5 men who have hosted Mastermind for the BBC. 1 point for each correct answer, so don't worry if you can't think of all 5. Name the 5 men who have hosted Mastermind on the BBC. 1 point for each. You don't need to put them in the right order, you just need to name as many of them as you can. And yes, there have been 5. I did not realise that when I looked this up. I thought there's only a couple, or maybe even 3, but turns out there's 5. Right. But yeah, you will get thinking time at the end, especially if I then get asked to do repeats of questions. And thank you all for the lovely comments again, as always. Abby does really enjoy helping out the show. Right. Question number 3. Question 3. Which BBC game show, hosted by Marvin and Rochelle Humes, was created under the working title of Playlisters? Some of you might be more familiar with this one than others. I'll explain why afterwards. Which BBC game show, hosted by Marvin and Rochelle Humes, was created under the working title of Playlisters? So that's not the show, that's not the name of the show as we know it, but that's what it was called for its pilot. Okay, question number 4 now. Question 4. Who is the host and creator of the BBC quiz show The Wheel? Who is the host and creator of the BBC quiz show The Wheel? Question number 5 then. Another 5 quizmasters I'm after here. Which 5 quizmasters hosted the BBC's Blankety Blank? Which 5 quizmasters hosted Blankety Blank? 1 point for each. May not have been always on BBC actually, now I've said that, but 5 quizmasters nonetheless. 1 point for each correct answer. That's another one I didn't realise there was 5 of, but again, I'll explain why some of you may not realise this. If you know the show well, then you'll understand why there's 5, because they weren't all long-term hosts, shall we say. But more on that when we get to the answers. Question number 6. Question 6. Again, I know I might be going through these a bit quickly, but you'll get the thinking time at the end. Question 6. Can I have a pee, please, Bob? Was a phrase heard in which TV quiz? I'm quite disappointed. I don't think we've got Martin and Nicola on, who are regulars and Patreon supporters of mine as well. I don't think they're here, but other Patreons that are watching will know why I might have included this question from our Patreon kind of in-joke, as some of you will remember. But yes, can I have a pee, please, Bob? Was a phrase heard in which TV quiz? Right, question 7 is for 2 points. Question 7. Which TV presenters hosted the first series of Test the Nation? Which TV presenters hosted the first series of Test the Nation? This is one that didn't last particularly long, I don't think. But yeah, 2 presenters hosted it. 1 point for each. Yeah, if you like your Wordles and you've not been playing them every day, then I shared one on my TikTok and also on Lima, because Lima's maybe social audio, but you share a picture with an audio clip. So the picture was basically one of those. And so that's been quite fun listening into the couple of guesses that I've had from that one. But yes, it's also on my TikTok, and I think it works quite nicely. So I might start doing a few more of these. Yeah, I'm very much hooked on the concept. So that I'll be interested to see how many of you manage to get it right. But you will get 2 points if you do. Okay, question number 8. Now, question 8. Which 2 men play host to BBC TV's Pointless? Which 2 men play host to BBC TV's Pointless? 1 point for each, as usual. Question number 9 now. Question 9. Which famous quiz show was described as the quiz of the week? Which famous quiz show was described as the quiz of the week? Tragically, it's not mine, unfortunately. But which famous quiz show was described as the quiz of the week? Question number 10 now. Let's move on. Question number 10. Who is the host of the Big Fat Quiz of the Year? Who is the host of the Big Fat Quiz of the Year? I don't think I even watched the most recent one, actually. Thinking about it, might have to check. Don't think I did. We had one for our Patreon quiz for December. So I know I did one, but I don't think I actually watched the official one. Okay, question 11. Question 11 now. Name the 5 men who have hosted The Price is Right on UK TV. Name the 5 men who have hosted The Price is Right on UK TV. Again, 1 point for each. I wonder how many of you are going to get all 5 for those questions where I've asked you to name 5 hosts. That would be quite impressive if you managed to get all 5. So the 5 men who have hosted The Price is Right on UK TV, that's question 11. Question number 12 now. Which is the longest running quiz show on UK television? Which is the longest running quiz show on UK television? Three more questions left for this round. On to question 13. Which former Tory MP hosted the short-lived quiz shows called Spellbound, Puzzle Party, and The Game? Which former Tory MP hosted the short-lived quiz shows called Spellbound, Puzzle Party, and The Game? That's just the 1 point there. One former Tory MP hosted all 3 of those short-lived quiz shows. 2 points available for question 14 now. Which 2 quiz shows have been hosted by Davina McCall? Which 2 quiz shows have been hosted by Davina McCall? Just as a reminder to anybody that's new watching along, the first 2 rounds will be different pretty much every week. It's only recently that catchphrase has been introduced as a standard now every week. So catchphrase in our survey says are going to basically be always there for rounds 3 and 4 for the foreseeable. But rounds 1 and 2 are the quiz rounds, the question rounds, where I will be changing them up, and I take requests from Patreon supporters as well. So just in case you don't like the subjects there, don't worry, because they're always going to be different and always going to be changing. Question 15, the final question, is for 3 points. Right, so Noel Edmonds was the host of which 3 TV quiz or game shows? 1 point for each. Noel Edmonds has been the host of which 3 TV quiz or game shows? 1 point for each. So have a think about that and let me know, as usual, in the comments what questions you would like me to repeat. And I will give you some thinking time. And whilst I do that, I will remind you of a couple of things that I normally like to tell people about whilst you're having that thinking time. So there's not too much quietness going on, but there is a nominated charity that I support here on Big Quiz Night In. So if you fancy supporting me and you want to do something charitable to do that, there is a link in the description which is for Secret Santa 365. They're a local charity to where I live, at least in Oxfordshire, and they provide lots of support and gifts to help out struggling families and families with young children, and gifts for children as well, all throughout the year. So not just over the Christmas period. So yes, they're a small local charity. Been going for a few years, and they always need support because there are always families that are struggling at these times. So yeah, if you fancy doing something charitable, then by all means have a look at that. That would be really appreciated. So that's Secret Santa 365. So yeah, that's a separate link in the description. Okay, I gave you lots of different things to think about, lots of multiple point questions there. So let me know again if you want any of those questions repeated, which will ultimately give you more thinking time as I read it. So don't be shy. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to repeat another question. And then, of course, if you're not wanting that, or if I don't see a comment come up soon, I will go straight into the answers and we'll see how well you did. Let me know in the comments how many points you got. I'll also give you the answer for the Wordle. So don't forget to have a guess at that as well. Lots going on today. Right. I'm going to go through the answers, I think. Let's do that. Okay, question number 1 then. Here we go. The answers are coming. Question 1. In the Chase spin-off called Beat the Chasers, how many expert chasers are in the team that the contestant goes up against? It's up to 5 people, 5 chasers. Question 2. Name the 5 men who have hosted Mastermind on the BBC. So, originally, from 1972 to 1997, it was Magnus Magnusson. Then it was from 98 to 2000, just for 2 years, we had Peter Snow. Then for another couple of years, we had Clive Anderson, 2001 to 2002. Then John Humphreys took over from 2003 to 2021. And more recently, from 2021, we have Clive Myrie, M-Y-R-I-E, for 5 points. Magnus Magnusson, Peter Snow, Clive Anderson, John Humphreys, Clive Myrie. Okay, there's that one. Question 3. Which BBC game show hosted by Marvin and Rochelle Humes was created under the working title of Playlisters? Gabby, I hope you got it right. It is The Hit List. I say that because she was on it. With Roz, another quiz regular friend of mine. Didn't they do well? Yes. No spoilers, but they did well. Right, so that's the hit list. Question 4. Who is the host and creator of the BBC quiz show The Wheel? It was Michael McIntyre. Gabby says, sounds like a fun show. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yes, Michael McIntyre is the host and the creator of the BBC quiz show The Wheel. Interesting story behind it and how he created it. I won't bore you with the details, but essentially he wanted to come up with a show that was COVID friendly, so social distancing was important. Became obsessed with this idea of a human roulette wheel, and thus the wheel was born. There you go. There's more to it than that, but I just thought that was quite interesting. Okay, question 5 then for another 5 points. Which 5 quizmasters hosted Blankety Blank? So we have Terry Wogan, Les Dawson, Lily Savage, or Paul O'Grady, David Walliams, he did a Christmas special, and then Bradley Walsh most recently. So Terry Wogan, Les Dawson, Lily Savage, or Paul O'Grady, David Walliams, and Bradley Walsh. Are we allowed the point for answering 6 for the Chasers question? Because in the latest series of Beat the Chasers, then they can play 6. Oh, they've added a new one. Oh, okay. All right, 5 or 6. I will let you off then. That's fine. Yes, if you put 6, give yourself a point. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, that means the website I was reading hadn't been updated either. But yeah, I heard there was a new one. I just thought they rotated and still had 5 at maximum. But if there's 6, then yeah, either or, you can have a point. All right, where was I? Question number 6 now. Question 6. Can I have a pea, please, Bob? Was a phrase heard in which TV quiz? That was Blockbusters. Question 7. Which TV presenters hosted the first series of Test the Nation? That was Anne Robinson and Philip Schofield. 1 point for each of those two. Which two men for number 8 play host to BBC TV's Pointless? That is Alexander Armstrong and Richard Osman. Question 9. Which famous quiz show was described as the quiz of the week? It was called the Sale of the Century. Question 10. Who is the host of the Big Fat Quiz of the Year? That is Jimmy Carr. Question 11. Name the 5 men who have hosted The Price is Right on UK TV. 1 point for each of these. Leslie Crowther, Bob Monkhouse, Bruce Forsyth, Joe Pasquale, and Alan Carr. 5 points there again. Question 12. Which is the longest running quiz show on UK TV? That is University Challenge. Question 13. Which former Tory MP hosted the short-lived quiz shows called Spellbound, Puzzle Party, and The Game? It is Giles Brandreth. Question 14. Which 2 quiz shows have been hosted by Davina McCall? It is The £1 Million Drop for 1 point and 5 Minutes to a Fortune for 2. Okay, and finally question 15. Noel Edmonds has been the host of which 3 TV quiz or game shows? 1 point for each. That is Telly Addicts, Deal or No Deal, and Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old? So 1 point for each of those. Now, the answer for the Wordle, I hope you've all had a guess at this. Let me know if you get this one right. For 2 points, the answer is solar. Solar is the correct answer. You could probably see now how that's all worked out. That was my legitimate run in the game, okay? So there's not been any editing going on there. That's how I managed to work it out. So let's see how many of you managed to as well for 2 bonus points. Let me know in the comments then your team name if you have one and how many points you got. You don't have to, but it's always fun to read them out. Like I said before, we celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't. It is just fun though. Once that's done, we'll move on to the pop music trivia round. Okay, so we have 24 plus 2 points for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Well done. You got the word all right then. Good effort, and that's a good score as well. Oh, and let me know if anybody managed to get all 5 for any of those 3 5-pointer questions as well. If you wanted to, let me know. That would be fun too. Tally up those scores. Donuts have got 20 points. Simon says, harder than I thought, 14, but I got solar, 16 total. Must have COVID memory. That's all right. That's not bad going. Especially, I don't know if you're playing, if you're a quiz team of 1, so to speak, or not. If you are, that's still really good going. Right, the next score that's come in, 18 plus 2 for the not so golden oldies. Well done to Catherine and Tony there. Back in Black attained a meager 19 plus 2. That's all right. Not bad at all. Luke and Jane, 12 plus 2. Silla says 19 plus 2 for me. Well done. Jenny, Team Bath, they've got 19 points as well. Good going. Any more for any more? I think there might be a couple more actually. Ju says the Brazilians have got themselves 15 points. Millie's got 14 points plus 2. You got the Wordle. Well done. Or had you already played that particular Wordle, I wonder. Pinky and the Brain have got 18 plus 2, including our Abby bonus. Okay, you want to use it for that round by all means. Very well done indeed. I think that might be everybody. Yes, but 14 plus 2, Millie says, which is actually a very good score for me. It's true, actually. There's a bit better than your scores last week, if I remember rightly. Good effort. Excellent. Well, it was your Patreon requested round, so thank you for supporting me, and I'm glad you did well with it. Great round, Andy said. Really enjoyed it. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Right, I'm glad you liked it. Keep the comments coming in. It'll carry over to the next screen, and the next screen will be for our pop music trivia round. Okay, so here we are then, pop music trivia. So the same again, I shall reveal a Wordle for you for this one as well. A little bit different, this one. So let's have a quick look. There's the Wordle. Now, this time you've only got 2 words because I managed to get it on the 3rd word. So, yeah, let's see if you can work it out too. So that's why it's only 2 words being guessed there. Keep working on that as we go. More comments coming in. Millie says, I actually genuinely hadn't played that Wordle, but I practice a lot, so I know how to work them out. Oh, very good. Yes. I forget what the game's called now that I play on my phone. I think at least it's on Android. I don't think it's on iPhone, but there's other versions you can play. But this is the official. This is the official one that's going viral. But yeah, great fun. All right, so we're going to be doing pop music trivia now. So whilst you're thinking about that Wordle, 15 questions again, 1 point for each correct answer. Anything and everything in pop music history goes in this round. We've got some 60s right up to the noughties, I think. Yeah, some more modern ones as well as usual. Good mix as always, I like to think. So I hope you like it. Here we go with question number 1. Same as before, keep the answers to yourself. Don't put them in the comments. Question 1. Which two singers had the original hit single called I Got You Babe? Which two singers had the original hit single called I Got You Babe? And it's 1 point for each there. Question number 2. Who joined Mark Ronson on the 2014 hit single Uptown Funk? Who joined Mark Ronson on the 2014 hit single called Uptown Funk? I can't believe that's 2014. Feels like it's much newer than that. Goodness me. Who joined him? Who joined Mark Ronson on the 2014 hit single Uptown Funk? All right, question number 3 then is for 3 points. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called I Like It, Downtown, and Walk Like a Man? Which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called I Like It, Downtown, and I Walk Like a Man? 1 point for each, as per usual. Okay, question number 4. What was the title of Kylie Minogue's first solo UK #1 hit single? What was the title of Kylie Minogue's first solo UK #1 hit single? Question number 5 is for 3 points. Question 5. Eric Clapton has had a UK hit as a part of which 3 bands? Eric Clapton has had a UK hit as a part of which 3 bands? 1 point for each correct answer there. Often catches people out at the actual pub quizzes that I host when songs that are by one of those bands is in it, and you find people instinctively go, "Oh, well, that's Clapton," and they just write Clapton. It's like if it wasn't released as Eric Clapton and it was one of those bands, then you don't get the points. It has to be what it was released as. Same principle with Phil Collins and Genesis, for example. Same principle. And I used to be really pedantic. I don't know if Back in Black or Gabby, if any of my pub quiz regulars remember this, but there have been times when I've not given the point if a song was released by the Jacksons and you put Jackson 5 because they changed their name for legal reasons. When they left Motown Records, they couldn't be the Jackson 5 anymore. They became the Jacksons and they released songs as that. So sometimes I've been really pedantic like that. Not so much these days, but I used to be. Right, question number 6 now. Question 6. Which acts had the best selling 1970s singles called Starman, I Am, I Said, and Rainy Days and Mondays? Which acts had the best selling 1970s singles called Starman, I Am, I Said, and Rainy Days and Mondays? 3 different songs there, 1 point for each. Question number 7 now. Question number 7. Which two acts had a UK hit single with a version of Gloria Jones's hit song, Tainted Love? Yes, it was originally by Gloria Jones. Which two acts had a UK hit single with a version of Gloria Jones's hit song, Tainted Love? Okay, coming up to the halfway point of the round now as we approach question 8. Which act has had the most UK number one hit singles between Robbie Williams and Take That? Which act has had the most UK number one hit singles between Robbie Williams and Take That? All right, question number 9 now. Question 9. Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called Two Tribes, Reet Petite, and The Coward of the County? Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called Two Tribes, Reet Petite, and The Coward of the County? For another 3 points there. Right, question number 10 now. Yeah, question 10. By what name is the pop star who was born Paul Hewson better known? By what name is the pop star who was born Paul Hewson better known? Question 11 will be for 3 more points. Which musical acts had the original UK hit singles with See You, See Ya, and See You Again? Which acts had the original UK hit singles with See You, See Ya, and See You Again? 3 different songs, 1 point for each artist or group that released it. See You, See Ya, and See You Again. Okay, so for question 12, we're up to the 1990s now. Which 3 acts had the best-selling 1990s hit singles called Black Velvet, Hanky Panky, and Suicide Blonde? Which 3 acts had the best-selling 1990s hit singles called Black Velvet, Hanky Panky, and Suicide Blonde? Question number 13. I'm going to read the opening line to a song, and you need to tell me the artist and title of that song. Okay? So the lyric is, I'll try not to sing it because nobody wants to hear that right now. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? So 1 point for each there. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? Question 14 is for 3 points. Question number 14. The Boys, with a Z at the end, the Bunnymen, and the All Stars were whose backing bands? 1 point for each. The Boys, the Bunnymen, and the All Stars were whose backing bands? Okay, finally, question number 15 now for 3 more points. Question 15. Which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Can't Stand Me Now, Fallin', and Golden Touch? Which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Can't Stand Me Now, Falling, and Golden Touch? 1 point for each of those. Don't forget to have a go at the Wordle and see if you can work out what that mystery word is this time. Let me know if you need any questions repeated. We'll go through the answers very soon. I want to give you a bit of thinking time, though, as always. Just following on from what I said about the charity in last round, if you wanted to support me directly or have a look at where else you can find me across social media, the links to everything is behind the beacon link in the description of this video. So if you click on that, it will take you to a list of everything where you can find me and all the things I'm up to across social media. Lots of more free quiz content out there, particularly over on TikTok and on Lima. If you've not heard of Lima, social audio, it's about recording your voice and getting it out there. So as opposed to things like Twitter where you're sending text out there. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. You can actually leave your voice in the comments as well to reply to them, which is part of the fun of doing quizzes that way. It's hearing your voices in return. Right, so repeats. Sue and the Donuts have asked for 6 and 12. So question number 6 again was which acts had the best-selling 1970s singles called Starman, I Am, I Said, and Rainy Days and Mondays? I'm just going to check that one as well while we're on the subject. Yeah, I am. Technically, it's I am ... I said. That's how it was released for the middle one. And the other one was Rainy Days and Mondays. Question 12 for you then, to repeat that, was which 3 acts had the best-selling 1990s hit singles called Black Velvet, Hanky Panky, and Suicide Blonde? That should have given everybody a little bit more thinking time as well. So last minute just to give yourself some time to write down those last few answers and to have a guess at the Wordle. And we'll see how many of you managed to get that one right as well. Okay, time is up, I think. I'm going to start going through the answers now. Feel free to scribble any more down before I get to them. If you're going to be honest with yourself and give yourself some extra points if you think of them as we go, that's no problem. Question number 1. Which 2 singers had the original hit single called I Got You Babe? For 2 points, it is Sonny and Cher. Question 2. Who joined Mark Ronson on the 2014 hit single Uptown Funk? That was Bruno Mars. Question 3. Which acts had the best-selling 60s singles called I Like It, Downtown, and Walk Like a Man? I Like It was Jerry and the Pacemakers. Downtown is Petula Clark. And Walk Like a Man is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Question 4. What was the title of Kylie Minogue's first solo UK #1 hit single? That was I Should Be So Lucky. Question 5. Eric Clapton has had a UK hit as a part of which 3 bands? They are Derek and the Dominoes, Cream, and the Yardbirds. Question 6. Which acts had the best-selling 1970s singles called Starman, I Am, I Said, and Rainy Days and Mondays? It is David Bowie, Neil Diamond, and the Carpenters. Question 7. Which 2 acts had a UK hit single with a version of Gloria Jones's hit song Tainted Love? Soft Cell, most famously, I would say, and Marilyn Manson did a rock version of it as well, which was pretty cool. Question 8. Which act has had the most UK #1 hit singles between Robbie Williams and Take That? It is Take That. Question 9. Which act had the 1980s hit singles called Two Tribes, Reet Petite, and Coward of the County? It is Frankie Goes to Hollywood with Two Tribes. Reet Petite was by Jackie Wilson, and Coward of the County was by Kenny Rogers. Question 11. Sorry, question 10. By what name is the pop star who was born Paul Hewson better known? That is Bono. Question 11. Which musical acts had the original UK hit singles called See You, See Ya, and See You Again? Depeche Mode, Girls Aloud, and Miley Cyrus. Question 12. Which three acts had the best-selling 1990s hit singles called Black Velvet, Hanky Panky, and Suicide Blonde? Black Velvet was by Alana Miles. It is a karaoke classic, if I go by my experience in hosting karaoke nights over the years. Pre-pandemic, obviously. Yes, big karaoke song. Hanky Panky was by Madonna, and Suicide Blonde, great track, that's by In Excess. Question 13. The lyric "Just a small town girl living in a lonely world" is the opening line to which original hit single by which act? It is, of course, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Question 14. The Boys, the Bunnymen, and the All-Stars were whose backing bands? That is Heavy D and the Boys, Echo and the Bunnymen, and Mike. Sorry. I knew that would happen. I've got a different answer down here from where it's been copied and pasted. Let me just check one for you. Hold on. I'll give you question 15 and I'll come back to you with the All-Stars one. Question 15. Which three acts are the best-selling naughty singles called Can't Stand Me Now, Fallin' and Golden Touch? Those were the Libertines, Alicia Keys, and Razorlight. Let's just check. Hold on. Inchley and the All-Stars? Oh my goodness. Surely not. You might have to go with 2 points on that one. Junior Walker and the All-Stars. There we go. That's the one I meant. Yes. Apologies. We'll blame the guy who writes these quiz rounds, as always. This is not one of my ones. Anyway, the last one there was Libertines, Alicia Keys, and Razorlight. Now, the Wordle, I'm really curious to know how well you did with this one. So, here's the answer for this one. It is Shire. I very nearly gave you clues for these so you could think along the right lines of what the word could be, but given the amount of time you have in between questions, maybe to think about these things, I think it works better that I don't. By all means, give me some feedback though. If you really struggle with them, maybe I could give you clues next time I do Wordles. But Shire is the correct word. If you manage to find another word that fits in somehow, I have to go with the answer that was in the game, I'm afraid. But again, I'm curious to know. So tally up your scores. Let me know how well you did. Get the team scores and your team names in the comments as well, again, if you've got them. Then we'll be moving on to catchphrase. And we'll have lots of fun with that one. I've got some potluck general knowledge kind of questions to go along with it, as we've done before. So we'll see how you go with that one. Simon's in the comments there. 14 plus Shire, 16 again. Excellent. 22 for Team Bath. Donuts have got 25. Luke's got 21. Luke and Jane, well done. Back in Black have scored 24 plus 2. Eric, Blackpool Bar Stewards, 25 plus 2 plus 1 for Abby's bonus point that Chris won for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. 28 in total. Very good. Scylla's got 11 for that one. Not my subject, she says. Well, as I've mentioned, it changes every week. So hopefully, if you can join more often, something different will happen next week. Pinky and the Brain have 17 plus 2. You both Wordle as well. Excellent. Yeah, it is good fun. 18 for the Not So Golden Oldies, and we got Spire, so nothing for that. Oh, yeah, because if you look at the word strap across the top, the letter P is in grey, which means it's not part of the final word. But yeah, I could see why you've gone down that road. I'm always forgetting to look back up at the words and the letters that it's not. And I just, sometimes you get so excited, you're like, oh, it could be that. And you're like, oh no, hang on, I've just put that letter in above. Yeah, happens a lot. So don't worry about that. Good guess. Millie says, Mike joined me in that round and we got a sensational 5 points. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Right. Any more for any more, please do let me know. I'm going to move us on to the next round, but the chat will, of course, continue. Right. Oh dear, that's clever, isn't it? Okay, we've got a head start on this one. I'm not going to cover it up. You can see that. Okay, so we're going to play catchphrase. Essentially, for those who haven't played along before, we have the grid just like on catchphrase that you would normally have. When I ask a question, this is the time now, which is kind of a new concept for this particular kind of round as well. I'm going to ask a question from a potluck general knowledge round. Guess in the comments what you think the answer is, and the first name I see in the comments to get it correct will be able to guess first at what they think the catchphrase is. So once you guess correctly, I will spin the wheel. That wheel will reveal which number we're going to open up next. I'm going to need to bring out number 2 now because I've already done that one. So we'll take that out of the wheel. There we go, that's gone. Okay, and we'll see who can guess it. So if you get the question correct for the potluck round, you get to guess first for the catchphrase. And you'll have the sound effects as well. So let's do that first question then. In the comments, please guess the answer to this question. The Great Fire of London began in which street? The Great Fire of London began in which street? And if you really care about the points for this one, you can give yourself a point if you get the question correct, even if I don't tell you you were first to get it right. You still can have a point for getting the question correct. Okay, lots of you have put guesses in now there saying, oh, we've got some different guesses. Okay, Pudding Lane, some of you are coming up with Pudding Lane. We've got Baker Street as well, I guess, or Baker Lane maybe. Pudding Lane, Pudding Lane, Pudding Lane. Yeah, most of you are saying Pudding Lane. Most of you are correct. It is Pudding Lane. Common misconception. I see it quite a lot with my quizzes. People think it was Baker, Baker Street or something. But Pudding Lane is the correct answer. Now, the first answer, first person to guess correctly on my screen was Chris at the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Pudding Lane, you got it right. I'm going to spin that wheel now. Let's see which number we're going to be opening up for you. It's going to be number 6. So you get to guess first. Here we go, number 6. There we go. Have a guess. What do you think? You're losing connection. Oh, some of you lost connection. Okay. It is still live. You might want to refresh the screen maybe. But all you need to do for Chris, you can have the first guess. You and Monday Blues. Okay, Monday Blues has been guessed. Monday Blues is incorrect. Okay, anybody else is welcome to have a guess now in the comments as well. It's just that the bonus points, if you like, would go to the first person, would go to that person. So unlucky. Monday Blues or Moody Blues is not correct. Let's move on to question number 2 then. Right, your next question then. Spencer Perceval is the only British Prime Minister to achieve which feat? Spencer Perceval is the only British Prime Minister to achieve which feat? Oh, I don't like Mondays. It's incorrect. It is incorrect. Let's see if anybody else can guess it. If nobody guesses the trivia question right, I will move on to another one. Oh, looks like we have died in a duel, Andy's saying. Died in a duel. I believe you meant that. Died, yes. Died in order to die in office. You're getting close. Some of these guesses are getting close, but not quite. I need to be a bit more specific than that. I did see another guess pop up. Assassinated, I can see. It's only in one of my lists though. It's on screen. It's not on my Facebook page. But assassinated has come up. I just can't see who said it. I think it was Gabby. Let me just open this up. Let's check. Hold on. Do a bit of trickery there. Yes, that is Gabby, isn't it? Okay. All right, Gabby, you can have first guess. Here's the wheel spinning. and let's see which one we're going to reveal then. You get to guess first, remember. If anybody else has a guess at this point, then it does not count. Number 4. Right, here we go then. Let's do number 4. Ooh, there's another one revealed for you then. Gabby gets to guess first, and then anybody else can have a guess afterwards. Did he have a party, Andy says. Did he have a party? Andy, I will message you. I'll message you later. Actually, I've got something to tell you that you're missing out on with the Sunday quiz at the pub. I've got something to tell you along those lines. It's very funny. Yeah, I'll message you later about it. Okay. Any guesses from Pinky in the Brain? I'm going to go on to the next question, but I will look out for your guess. Okay, question number 4 now. Question number 4. Pink lady apples originally came from which country? Gabby, you can still guess if you want to until the next person. No idea. Okay, no problem. It is a tricky one at the moment. It is a tricky one. Pink lady apples originally came from which country? Have a guess in the comments. Chris has gone with USA. Eric's gone with Spain. Catherine and Tony, South Africa. Ju's gone with Pakistan. You're all wrong. Keep guessing. Keep on guessing. Let's see which other ones come in through the comments now. Which country did they come from? Scylla's gone with Australia. Scylla, and there's a couple of others of Australia. Simon's gone for Australia. Gabby's gone for America. Portugal, Spain again, Portugal. Right, okay, the correct answer has been guessed, and the first one on my list was Simon. Australia is the correct answer. Pink Ladies came from there originally, so let's spin the wheel and give you an opportunity to guess at the catchphrase. Well done if you did say Australia, though. You do still give yourself a point for that round. Number 5. We're going with number 5. The all-important centre square, which is not always all-important, but I think it might be this time. Simon gets to guess first, please, in the comments. Any other guesses will be null and void until he's had a guess in the comments or passed. What's wrong with that fake Mr. Chips there, which isn't really Mr. Chips for legal reasons? Bad Hair Day. Is Bad Hair Day the correct answer? Let's have a look. It is correct. Excellent work, Simon. Well done. Give yourself 2 bonus points. I not normally put a number on these things for this round, but give yourself a couple of extra points. Well done if everybody else figured it out as well, but Simon managed to get it right on his turn there first. So let me just put that back down again, and I will show you the rest of the picture just for completion's sake. There we go. Bad Hair Day is the correct answer. Excellent work. Right, we'll reset the board. There we go. Sorry if there was a lot of sound effects there. It won't happen again. Right, and we're going to move on. We are going to move on now to the next catchphrase round. And in this one, the catchphrase, back on screen, we're going to do the whole thing again. Millie says, finally sorted the internet issues, but I've missed my favourite round. You'll rewatch it later. Oh, Millie. Okay, well, we've got a second one. I've got 2. So you're back for a second one. Don't you worry. All right. Your next question then is, and the first one to get this one right, same rules apply. You'll get to guess first, and I'll spin the wheel for you as soon as you got it right. Next question. Which author created the Cheshire Cat? Which author created the Cheshire Cat? Have a guess in the comments. The first name I see will get to guess first, and I shall spin the wheel for you. Which author created the Cheshire Cat? Lewis Carroll. Chris is straight in there, on fire this evening. Lewis Carroll is the correct answer. That was very quick indeed. Well done to everybody else that's put in the correct answer as well. And even if you didn't put it in the comments, if you knew it and didn't type it fast enough, give yourself a point. Well done. But Chris of the Blackpool Bar Stewards, this one's for you. Wheel spinning round. It is number 6. Number 6? Yes, Number 6 is the one we're going to be revealing first. Here we go. Interesting. Have a guess, or by all means just say pass if you want to. Let's see if you can work it out. Be incredibly impressive if you manage to get it right with one square, especially this one. Oh, Radio Gaga is good. It's good. I can see why you've gone that way. It's not right though, I'm afraid. Okay, we're removing that from the wheel then, and we will move on. Your next question is, what does the abbreviation NDA mean? What does the abbreviation NDA mean? Now you've got to type it all out in the comments as well, haven't you? I'll wait for a few more guesses to come in before I say who's got it right the fastest. There we go. Yes, lots of comments coming in now. Looks like you've all got it correct as well. Most of you, at least. Non-disclosure agreement, NDA. If you signed an NDA, you've signed a non-disclosure agreement, which means you won't talk about whatever it is that the document tells you not to talk about. So well done. Everybody who put non-disclosure agreement gets themselves a point. The first person in my comments is Millie. Well done. So let's spin the wheel and see which square we're going to be revealing next. Number 9, is that? Yes, number 9. Number 9. I need to remove number 6 as well. Yes, that's gone. Right, good. Number 9. Here we go. Let's see what's behind square number 9. What do we think, Millie? You get to guess first. Yeah, I mean, normal daily amount does work for NDA. It's just not the right answer. So good effort, but not correct. Let's see what Millie says about this, though. Do you want to have a guess, or are you going to pass, Millie? What could it be? Anybody else wants to have a guess after we have a decision from Millie? Feel free. You can guess at any time. Just Millie will get priority as it's her turn. On television is incorrect. The game's open again. Let's go on to the next question. And that is, what is the link between the capital of the Isle of Mull, the longest river in Venezuela, and the capital of New Zealand? On the radio is good, but it's not right. I only say it's good, but it's not right because that's what they say on the show. I'm not giving you a hint as if to say you're close to the answer. That's just what they say on the show, all right? So don't think you're necessarily close at all, all right? I'm just saying that because that's what they say on the show. Gabby says Wombles. Catherine says they are Wombles. What else have we got? Any other guesses coming in? I'm saying what I see. I know you are. In fairness, I'd be thinking along the same lines based on the two that have been revealed. So don't you worry. I would say it was a very good guess, genuinely as well, based on what you can see. Okay, Gabby got it right fastest. They are Wombles is the link. Tobermory, Orinoco, and Wellington are all Wombles characters. Okay, so let's spin the wheel and see which one we are revealing for Gabby and Pinky in the Brain. Roy Walker. Yeah, that's right. It's good, but it's not right. It's good, but it's not the one. All that. Brilliant. Still love it. Okay, number 8. Number 8. Let's reveal square number 8. Oh. You've found the arrow. You have found the arrow. Have a guess now. What do you think this could be? I think it's very gettable now. I guess they're only easy if you know the answer, though. Any ideas? Waiting for those comments to come in. Okay. I might have to move on. The grass is greener on the other side, she says. Interesting. Let's have a look. It's correct. Yay! The grass is greener on the other side. And yes, Simon's put it in the comments as well. The grass is greener. Let's have a look at the full picture then of this catchphrase. Oh, I'll mute the sound effect. I don't annoy you with the whole thing. Right, and number 7. There we go. There's the full picture. The grass is greener on the other side. Excellent work. What do you think, guys? Did you enjoy that one? Did you like that round? We're going to move on to our survey says now. So that's it for catchphrase this week. Look out for 2 more next. Oh, is it next week? He says that. It might be Patreon quiz next week, actually. The grass is greener on the left side. Oh, gee. Whether or not it's greener on one side or the other, it's just a matter of shade of green that you think is greener, okay? That's the picture. Very funny, though. Whilst we're on the subject, though, let me just check the diary before I flick over to the next one. Yeah, so I thought so. Next week will be the Patreon quiz night, so I won't be on Facebook Live next week because the 31st is actually a Monday, which means the 1st of February will be the next Facebook Live quiz night. I'll remind you again at the end for those watching live at least. Let's reset the board and we will go on to our survey says. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing fantastically well. Excellent. Right, that's all that. There's all that reset. That reset, and we're going on now to our survey says. Okay, so again for the newbies here, with our survey says, I'm going to reveal the question on the screen, and we're looking for the top 6 answers from the survey. Now, these won't be the only 6 answers from the survey's results, but I want you to try and guess the top 6 answers. The game is to see who gets the top answer correct first. I'm literally just going to let it be a free-for-all tonight. Sometimes I'm a bit stricter than other times, but tonight I want you to just keep putting those guesses in the comments, and I will reveal them as we go. Right, let's just have a look at the comments before I reveal this question. Catherine says, great round, but we have had to change to a little phone pick because of internet issues. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm glad you enjoyed the round, though. It's not just about getting it right. It's not just about winning. It's about having fun. As long as you can see what's going on and enjoy, that's what matters. Yes, Millie's asking if they're with BT, but no, it's Virgin. Okay, yeah. Don't know. I mean, ultimately, a lot of them piggyback off of each other somewhere down the line. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm glad you're able to watch at least some of it. The episode, the whole show will be posted for anybody to watch as well, remember, when it's finished. So if you wanted to go back and watch bits you missed, feel free. All right, here comes the question then. The question for this first one, and we do have 3 to do tonight. Name a hit single by Adele. Name a hit single by Adele. 100 people were surveyed and they were asked to name a hit single by Adele. What do you think the highest ranking answer, the most popular answer from this survey question is? Throw your guesses in the comments. Let's go. Let's see how well you can do and how quickly you can get all 6, if you even can get all 6. Let's have a look. Lots of guesses coming in. I might regret doing it this way because we've got quite a few different people watching this evening. So let's see. Right, the first one I've got. Chris has gone with Rolling in the Deep. Let's see. Is Rolling in the Deep there? Is Rolling Deep there? No, it's wrong one. There we go. 5. It is. It's number 5 on the list. Rolling in the Deep. Gabby's gone with Hello, as has Andy and Sue and Millie. And then Ed, yeah, Hello is coming up quite a lot. I'm sure it's going to be there. Where is it in the list, though? Hello is number 2 on the list. Number 2. Right, next one. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. Rolling the Deep, Hello, Skyfall. Okay, so we've got Skyfall. Where is that on the list? Great James Bond film as well, isn't it? Skyfall is there. Chasing Pavements. Okay, Catherine and Tony have gone with Chasing Pavements, as has Sue and the Donuts. Chasing Pavements. It's not there. Chasing Pavements is not there. I'm sure it would be next on the list, though, surely. Someone Like You. Now, Someone Like You has been guessed. Let me just get this one right. Who has said Someone Like You? Because I've seen it a few times now. Sue and the Donuts, Chasing Pavements. Then Jew has gone with Someone Like You. So, Jew, you're the first person to put that in the comments, or possibly Ant, whoever it is that's got control of it tonight. And Chris has gone with Someone like You from the Blackpool Bar Stewards. So, Someone Like You is the top answer. Well done. You worked that one out. Easy on Me is another one. Millie's guessed there. Go Easy on Me, one of her more recent songs. That one was number 3, which means you've just got one more to find. Andy says Make You Feel My Love. He loves that song. And Gabby's gone with Set Fire to the Rain. One of those two is the missing answer. Number 6 is Make You Feel My Love. Well done, Andy. You get yourself that last point for the board there. Very well played. We did go through that one quite quickly. I wonder if that's a better approach as opposed to being more slow about it. I don't know. What do you think? Let me reset the board anyway now. The next one we're going to go to then. Again, we're looking for the top 6 answers. The question is, this time we surveyed 100 people and asked them to name a sport that involves hitting. Name a sport that involves hitting. So let's see what you've got in the comments once again. Name a sport that involves hitting. Just guess once or twice, I think, just so I can manage them, and then I'll ask for more if we don't complete the list. A sport that involves hitting. Right, first guesses have come in. Catherine and Tony have gone with boxing, as has Gabby, Ed, Chris. That's it for now. Boxing. Let's see where boxing lies in the list, if it's there. There we go. Boxing is number 5. Number 5 on the list. I thought that would be higher, actually. Next up, we have Millie's gone with tennis. Of course, I didn't say hitting what, did I? I just said hitting, right? So Millie's gone with tennis. I did see that a few other times actually. Who else has said that? Sue and the Donuts have gone with tennis as well. So let's see where tennis is in our list. Tennis is number 3. Volleyball, I'm seeing now on the list there. So volleyball, is that there? It's not there. It's not there. You do hit a volleyball. That's a very good guess, but it's not one of the top 6 answers. Okay, let's see. What else we got? Trying to go in roughly in the order they come into the comments here. Right, Ju's gone with karate. Let's see if karate's there. Recent addition to the Olympics, wasn't it? Karate is there. Well done. That's 4th on the list. Still not found the top answer, though. Andy's gone with cricket. We've got 3 more missing. So, Andy's gone with cricket. Jenny and Team Martha have gone with baseball. Both fairly accurate guesses, I'm sure. We've got a couple of others coming in now. Right, let's go with cricket first of all. Where is cricket in the list? It is the top answer. Well done to Andy and to Eric as well. You said cricket. I've just seen that comment there too. Baseball was the next one. Baseball was number 2 in the list. Now we're on to the least popular one. Number 6. We have got a guess of golf from Sue and Donuts. Let's see if golf is there. Oh. Golf is not there. Archery. Yeah, you're hitting a target, I suppose. Taekwondo. Again, that's hitting. Judo. As someone who did judo for many years, I can tell you, you do not hit in judo. That's not judo. But that also goes for archery as well. I'm afraid it's not there. Badminton, rounders, rugby, not there. Wrestling. Wrestling's a good guess. Not there. I will say you are on the right lines with guesses like Taekwondo, but not Taekwondo specifically. Think more general kind of combat, shall we say, to finish off the list. For number 6, what could it be? Name a sport that involves hitting. We're looking for the least popular answer. Tiddlywinks. Andy says tiddlywinks. I think you know that's not there. But some of you are saying martial arts, but Gabby says MMA, and Millie has gone with MMA soon after as well. Let's see what it is then. Number 6 on the list is MMA, mixed martial arts, cage fighting. That particular form of combat was number 6. So yes, well done there to Gabby. You got that first, but also to Millie, who put it in the comments too. MMA was that missing answer. Reset the board again. We have got one more to do, and we are doing fantastically well for time. I don't know how we've managed it, but we have. Normally we run to about past, so let's just see how long this last one takes you. This time we are looking for a full board, the top 8 answers. The question is, name a real occupation a child may idolize like a superhero. Name a real occupation a child may idolize somebody for doing like a superhero. Let's see how you go with this one then. Our final question of the evening. I like the fact that for the last question, Ju says whack-a-mole or ants, either or said whack-a-mole. That's funny. Okay, so for this one, we've got some great guesses coming in. Millie's the first one in with Doctor. I can also say that Eric has said Doctor. Team Bath as well, saying Doctor. Back in Black have gone Ed. Yeah, Ed's gone with Doctor. So let's do that one straight away then. Whereabouts is Doctor in the list? Doctor is number 6. Maybe you thought that one would be higher. Other ones we've got guests now. Firefighter. Fireman. Not fireman. Not fireman. Girls can be firefighters too. Gabby says fireman as well. Let's see where they fall in the list though. Firefighter is the top answer. Well done. That's been found very quickly. Okay, what else have we got? Actor. We have actor that's been guessed. Let's have a look. Is actor on the list? Need to just have a quick check. Is actor on the list? It is on the list. It is the least popular answer, but it is on the list. Very well done there, Eric. We've got pilot being guessed now. Pilot, Catherine and Tony have gone with pilot. There's a pilot on the list. That's number 7. Well done. Andy, you've gone with stuntman or stuntwoman. Not there, I'm afraid. You could definitely see that being an answer because they're pretty brave. But no. What else we got? An astronaut. Gabby's gone with astronaut. Let's see what else. Just checking I'm not missing anything. Yeah, there's a good few guesses coming in now. Good. All right. So astronaut is an astronaut there. Astronaut is number 5 on the list. Vernia says policeman or police officer. Let's see. Is police on the list? Andy's also said policeman as well. You guys. Police is on the list. Or police officer. What else we got? Vernia's gone with pop star. Is a pop star on the list? I'm going to give you the point for that because on the list we have a singer. Singer, any kind of singer, but yes, pop star I think really is probably a more accurate description, isn't it? Sue's gone with footballer. Is footballer on the list? It's not. I think that's a huge oversight. I'm sure that should be on the list, but according to this survey, it is not on the list. There is one you are missing. I would say more deservingly on the list than footballers, in fairness. Nurse, oh, good guess, but no. Nurse is not there, I'm afraid. Veterinarian, nope. YouTuber, I would have thought YouTuber or streamer would be there of some description as well. Sadly, didn't make the list. Okay, quiz show host. Abby's dreaming. Yeah, I like it, Andy. I'm sure. Yeah. I think, to be honest, both my kids, as much as they love what I do, they want to be Minecraft YouTubers. At least my son does. I'm sure Abby would love to do something along those lines too. They absolutely love it. Teacher is pop star. We've already had teacher. No, you're gonna need to think. You're gonna need to think a lot tougher for this missing one. A lot more dangerous. A lot more dangerous. Yeah, even than a teacher. Yeah, not Quizmaster. But I do appreciate you guys saying that. Come on, let's have some more guesses then. Something you would need to be very, very brave to do or to be. And look at this. Lots of you have gotten onto my clues now. Soldier will be the missing answer, but who has guessed it first and fastest according to my list of comments here today? Let's bring it up on the list. It is number 3, Soldier. And Eric, Blackpool Bar Stewards, you've got yourself that final point of the evening. Well done. The traffic warden, Andy says, yeah. Traffic warden when I was at school would needed to be very brave. There were some not so nice students around at that time. So yeah, I can relate to that. I've seen it. But no, Soldier is the genuine answer. Well done to Eric for getting that one right. Okay, so I reset the board. And that brings us to the end of another quiz. That's episode 92. Can you believe it? And some of you have been with me since episode 1 and watched pretty much all of them. So, yeah, really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you all for joining another quiz night. We've come to the end a little bit earlier than usual, but we will be back in 2 weeks' time here on Facebook Live. Next week is Patreon. If you want to join in the Patreon quiz night, it's a lot of fun. It's always different, much more game show focused, a bit like what we do here for Catchphrase and our survey says. I do much more of a game show kind of thing, but it always mixes up every week. We do something different. And it's done via Google Meet. So if you'd like to do that, all you need to do is have a look at the link in the description for my Beacon link that I talked about earlier on, and there you can join for £2 a month minimum, and that will gain you access. You'll be in a special Facebook group just for the Patreons. You get early access to everything that's going to happen on a Facebook Live show, including requests. Lots of great things there, lots of great rewards depending on the tier you choose to join. But £2 will get you into the Facebook group for Patreons and for the all important Patreon quiz night next week and the last Tuesday of every month. Join me again also on any of the social media platforms where you also have an account. TikTok in particular, I'm giving a big push at the moment, and Lima. And that brings us to the end of a quiz. I will respond to your comments as I see them. Thank you all so much for attending another quiz, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.